Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and welcome myself back to the channel, I guess. It's been quite a while, but work's settling down, so hoping to hop back into Pokemon Go here. Going to be showcasing some Open Great League. It's a good time to be back. Open Great League, obviously, I don't know, for me, the most fun league to be playing, so I'm going to go ahead and get into it. But first, if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. I know it's been a while, but we're going to be coming out with a lot of videos here, and I don't want to go too long here in the intro, so let's go ahead and get into the videos. Boom! Alright, we got the team there on the left. It's going to be Shadow Jumpluff, Shadow Feraligatr, and Shadow Annihilape. Annihilape, obviously one of the most fun mon in the league here. Jumpluff, not used that much anymore, I guess, as much as it used to be at least. They end up trying to catch here on a Typhlosion. Oh, you know what? It's been a while since I've done a video. I should put the video right in front of my face here. Okay, ignore that. Alright, they come in with the Annihilape. They got a little bit of bad timing there. We got an extra counter through on the Annihilape. I think I said they come in with the Annihilape. They come in with the Azumarill. So with that extra counter and the little bit of extra energy we did for the countering down the Typhlosion, we're going to decide to shield through this matchup. Even though counter's been nerfed, if we do shield through, I mean, we can get a shield back. Switches back up. We can always try to catch on the Feraligatr. They end up coming in with the Tinkaton. This not as good as it was even last season, but we are doing a ton of damage with the counters, so we're going to decide to stay in. This is the third Rage Fist here, so it would be doing a ton. End up getting both shields. They're going to get the farm down, but we're going to get it all the way down here as well. Could come in with the Jumpluff. Moonblast, going to be the worst thing for us, or Play Rough rather. Play Rough, but we're going to get the full farm down. No, they're going to end up throwing here. We end up catching here on the Feraligatr. It's going to be another Play Rough for sure. But going to get a little bit of energy coming into the Azumarill matchup. Going to at least be able to get the Hydro Cannon off. Go for the CMP tie here. Obviously, Feraligatr's attack stat way higher than the Azumarill's. Nope, they end up living. Azumarill's very tanky mon, so it makes a lot of sense. But, yeah, they end up living there, and I should fix where my camera is. But they have no HP there left for that. Alright, Jumpluff versus Mandibuzz. A bit of a weird one. You're doing super effective with your fast attacks. They're doing super effective with their fast attacks. Theirs are obviously stronger fast attack-wise. And they have Aerial Ace, which is going to be super effective as well. Just that flying mon against the grass mon of Jumpluff. But Acrobatics does a ton versus everything. It's still just as strong as it ever was. The only reason Jumpluff has really kind of been moved out of the meta a little bit is because of something like Credilli here, where Grassmon that is has acid, so going to be doing better this season as well with that. They end up shielding here the Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon going to be neutral against the Credilli, considering it's a rock type, but it's also got that grass typing to make it neutral. If we can get to the Ice Beam, it's going to be super effective, but they do have a little bit of an energy lead, considering they did come in against us when we did have the Jumpluff in. So we're just trying to get any damage that we can off. If they end up going for a Rock Tomb, it will not KO. It will KO? Okay, alright. They end up coming in with a Marowak. We do have a little bit of an energy lead coming in. We can go for the Rage Fist. They don't know if we're going to go for the Ice Punch, which is going to be super effective. So, yeah, they end up shielding. I was going to say we were going to shield as well, but going to be able to get an Aerial Ace off. We do triple resist the fast attack here by the Marowak. So, yeah, ground obviously not doing a lot against a flying and grass type. Not a great matchup here in the lead. We really want this to be facing the Annihilape, but we can't just switch into the Annihilape. They're going to obviously switch out into something, so we end up staying in here for at least for a little bit. Going for the high damaging move in the Acrobatics. They do end up shielding. We are Rock Tombed, so we need to get out of there. They do end up saving a lot of energy up, so that's going to be tough for us in the back, the Credilli. Yeah, that's actually going to be really tough for us. At least we do have the Annihilape. We do have a shield lead now. Blastoise is really tanky, but obviously you can see how much damage Shadow Feraligatr does do. We could end up shielding through this. They're going to have two moves here, so they could go, if they do go for the Skull Bash, it will KO us, but it means that they won't have another move. We do end up getting a little bit of energy lead here on Annihilape. I imagine they have a hard counter in the back if they're going to be having Cordillea in the front, but looks like maybe not. We do have to be scared of the Grass Knot here. A Shadow Annihilate takes a ton of damage. They end up baiting, but they have a Lapras in the back. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage. We're undoing the Rock Tomb that we just took here. I suppose it does look decent for us here, although I think they're going to get to another move pretty fast. Depends if they want to shield this, which they definitely should. They did use up the last of their energy there on the Cordillea, but they might not make it because we might be 2 away. We end up trying to catch, which we would have caught, but they didn't want to throw against the Jumpluff, which makes sense. If they end up throwing against the Jumpluff, they're not going to get enough energy to end up taking out the Annihilate, but it means that we do end up getting to, oh my god, Regidrago. Regidrago? Maybe, is it Drogo or Drago? I feel like it looks like it's Drago, but I feel like I've heard people say Drogo. You know me, I've never been really good at the names anyways, but obviously our fast attack is going to be super effective against this. I believe it has only Dragon moves, Breaking Swipe and Dragon Charge. I'm not 100% on the name there. I definitely don't have one of these built myself, but I have played a bunch of locals that do play with this in Pokemon Play. We end up going for the farm down here. They end up coming in with a Lantern. Although I will say, if you do see a Lantern, it's almost always on Water Gun. You don't see Spark too much since the nerf or change, whatever you want to call it, where it's higher damage but low energy. You do see a decent amount of Water Gun Lantern, though. And when I say decent amount, maybe you see one a day. But you definitely don't see one a day of the Spark variant, so... again, Feraligatr still does a ton of damage, just generally. As long as you don't get hit by the Thunderbolt, you're going to be good. They end up having another Watermon here in the back, but we do have a lot of energy, and Hydro Cannon is still going to do a lot. We would be able to get to another one there. End up coming with Annihilape, makes a lot of sense. Going to try to go for the boost here, and start getting energy to start boosting, rather. But it looked like we were going to go for the farm down there because they weren't going to be able to get 2 moves. All right, Drapion. Sometimes this matchup's fine. They have to throw another move at you, and they do get basically one-shot by the acrobatics. Gonna go for the bait here so that we have enough time to get to this next move. Technically, this is an Aqua Tail. Does look like it will KO us. Really depends on IVs if that combination will KO you. Even though I was gonna say String Attack, even though Poison Sting doesn't do that much damage, or I'm sorry, is a poison move. It doesn't do that much damage, so yeah. They do end up having a Dusclops here. This matchup's quite bad. Probably just going to let the Annihilape go. We did a lot of damage with our Rage Fist. Got this down to more than half. They do end up getting extra Hex through. They have a lot of energy here. We still have a catch available and a shield advantage, but they have a lot of energy on the Dusclops, which is the whole reason to run Dusclops. It's an energy monster. Okay, yeah, good timing here. Gonna go for the shield here. This is our last Mon. Ooh, great catch. Catch them going for good timing there. They could go for bad timing and then, or they could even go for good timing and see where you're at. But gonna go for the acrobatics. A little bit greedy, but would have done a lot of damage. Now we're in a tough spot here. I'm not sure. I think 2 Hydro Cannons will still KO, even though the Shadow Claw is double resisted here by the normal typing of Diggersby. Yeah, gonna be able to 2-shot here. But wouldn't have enough energy to win the back matchup. Okay. Alright, makes sense. Fire Punch obviously was going to KO no matter what. There were 3 Mons still available. Just not enough HP left. They end up going for a catch here on the Diggersby. That's fine. We're going to come in with the Annihilate. Maybe... Ooh. Going to come in with the Feraligatr. Definitely thinking that the back line is going to be a little bit scared of Annihilape as well, considering the front matchup was quite good against the Dragonite. Probably just let this go in the end. Dragonite, even though it does have a little bit of energy, but it's still going to be taking damage from the counters. So I see the reasoning there. Probably going to go for the CMP here. Great timing. It does look like it was CMP. I can't tell, though, a little bit of lag coming through here. Yeah, they're going for the farm down. Fine, we'll come in Jumpluff as long as we don't get the delay on the come through. Yeah, only going to get one fire punch off, and that's not going to be enough to take us out there. Ooh, Bastiodon. Okay. Then again, they end up coming back in with the Dragonite, but it's okay where you have two shields. They have a bit of energy advantage, but I believe once we power up here, the counters will end up taking this out before they can get to 3. They're still a little bit ways off, and I think something like 6 counters will be enough. Yeah, we can shield this. Although we don't have very much HP here, but this Dragonite is dead. We're double super effective against the Bastiodon. We resist. Yeah, we're doing a ton here, but is it going to be enough? It's enough if we make it to the move. Woo! This is 3 times boosted, so yeah, even though this shiny Bastiodon's 1500 and has an insane attack stat, gonna get through it. I believe it has the third highest defensive stat in Great League, behind Aegislash, which is new to the game, which I have not made myself, but you've probably seen a ton here on YouTube or Twitch. Yeah, it's crazy. I know that they have fixed it, but when it first came out and wasn't taking any damage and doing infinite damage, that was crazy. It was like 13. I think Axon did like a Aegislash that did 13. It was like 1350 in Master League, and it was like one-shotting things. It's crazy. All right, we got a Fortress here in the back. Fortress also got an update with Bug Buzz. It's basically a Dragon Breath clone. So it does a ton of fast attack damage. Has access to utility moves like Rock Tomb and Sand Tomb. Both going to be super effective against different things, and is going to lower the attacks, have the chance to lower the attack on the Sand Tomb portion. Or is it 100%? Yeah, I don't think so. But, and then lowering the attack 100% with the Rock Tomb. Body Slam, going to be double resistant, considering we are Ghost type. They end up catching here on the Dragonite. Not great for us, but going to do our damage. Going to come in with Feraligatr, and this should KO. It's a Community Day Hydro Cannon move. So, yeah, ton of damage. All right. Scissor, another big addition here in Great League. Bullet Punch, doing a ton of damage now. I guess it always kind of did, but now it's doing even more. So, a lot of people two-shielding through matchups. It has access to Trailblaze, which is a 100% chance to buff your attack stat, but also has access to, and we saw it here, Night Slash. As a coverage move, yes, but also has a chance to buff your moves as well. We have 2 Mon in the back that are actually pretty good against Scissor, so we end up hard switching into Feraligatr here. Gonna have to worry again about the Trailblaze. Night Slash, also gonna do a ton of damage. They end up coming in with the Azumarill. We try to throw and get rid of the Scissor. They end up catching, great by them. But we have a big energy advantage, or we're going to have a big energy advantage here, so we'll see if we end up trying to keep the Feraligatr alive, or maybe go all in here on the Annihilape. I personally think going all in on Annihilape's fine. You might even live a play rough here. Oh, no. All right, gonna come in Annihilape, get a ton of energy. We can decide whether or not we want to shield even, or go for a catch. Both are good options. Catch going to be better against a 3-turn move here. Mon, we don't know what's going to be in the back. At this point, we could farm this all the way down, so we're probably going to end up seeing what the other Mon is. Okay. Not going to risk it on a catch or anything like that, so going to throw on good timing, going to get a boost here, and now we got a boosted Annihilape with 1 shield going against the back. Scissor's going to be easy enough to take out. Going to shield this and probably just go for the farm down. And we'll see what's in the back. I mean, we're already 1 times boosted. Ends up being a Bastiodon. Yeah, we can throw 2 of these, or we can farm it all the way down, farm everything all the way down. Probably just go for the safe play and throw a boosted Rage Fist here, take this out, and farm down the Scissor, and that'll be GG. Bastiodon, I have not seen that many, I guess, but seen a couple here. Annihilape, really good matchup for us there. Ends up coming with a Ferret. I actually, in my mind, was like Dusclops, but that's right. Ferret here is going to be doing more. Trailblaze actually going to do a lot, so gonna end up taking that. You can go for the Rage Fist here, even though it's double resisted if you wanted to, because it is gonna end up taking it out. Gonna go for the farm down though. Throw a move into whatever comes in here. Ends up being the Wheezing. Not great for us. It is gonna probably farm us down, but we do have a ton of energy, so we can throw multiple moves. Actually, Ice Punch gonna be close there. It's not the greatest move in the world, but yeah. I mean, Rage Fist gonna be gonna have Stab and have a chance to maybe get to another one. No, we don't get there. But we at least know that the Wheezing there is in the back. We can keep it away from the Jumpluff. That's great for us. Most of these run Overheat. I guess it depends. I guess it's 50-50. I've seen Sludge. Sludge is 100% on everything. So it's a matter of if they want to use Overheat as a big finishing move, or they want to use the Dark move as a bait move, I guess, because it is very fast to get to. Gonna be scared no matter what. Sludge obviously would do a lot. Overheat would do an insane amount. Does end up showing that he is Overheat, so he is reduced on attack now. End up coming back in with the Annihilape. We're gaining a lot of energy here. Don't want to get hit by any Ice Punch, so gonna try to keep as much HP as possible here on the Jumpluff, while gaining as much energy as possible. They end up coming back in the Wheezing, and that'll be a KO here. Nice. All right, Wheezing here in the front now. Not a great matchup, but we're scared of it as well in the back with the Annihilape. Gonna go for the bait here on the Aerial Ace. Obviously, we made it up to the Acrobatics. They might be able to go for that. It is Shadow. That is something to note there on the Galarian Wheezing side, so going to be taking a little bit of extra damage. You saw that this Aerial Ace actually did a ton. They pace at the exact same rate as you. Going to let it go, come in with the Feraligatr, get a bit of farm. This one does have the Brutal Swing. Now, it's a question of, do we want to farm this? I guess we farm as much energy as possible, but don't want to... Can't we farm it down? 3, 4, no. We CMP here. Feraligatr wins CMP. Unfortunate, they were one away from getting farmed down, but good counting here on our part. All right, Lapras. Going to be able to eat a lot of these moves, but it does a lot. We end up switching as soon as possible here. Going to have to shield if they do go for a Sparkling Aria. Maybe go for a farm down. They had Wheezing in the front, so stands to reason they might be pretty weak against Annihilape in the back. They're not, though. They have their own Annihilape. Going to take the shield here. How much energy did we have? They're going to have to throw, and it will KO us. Yeah, and they have a decent amount of energy. Yeah, this is going to be tough. They're going to be a little bit ahead of us, and they have the shield. So, oh, yeah, we're going to get farmed down. That's GG. They still have a shield. They could even let this go and let Lapras just take us out. But they want to win the Annihilape, and I totally get that. All right, Marowak comes in, or Marowak's in the lead. So again, triple resisting the ground fast attack there, and Marowak is known for the Shadow Kanto Marowak is very well known for just doing fast attack damage. So when you triple resist their fast attack, that's going to be a really good lead for us. They end up coming with the Lapras. It does outpace us, first of all. Second of all, it did come in earlier than us, so I'm going to take both of our shields here, so they do have a shield advantage now, but we don't want them to get their Marowak away from our Jumpluff. Even though Marowak does have Rock Slide, which is going to be super effective, they end up coming with Jumpluff. We've got an Ice move, double super effective as well. We're going to be a little bit awkward on where our Feraligatr can be. If this Acrobatics is going to be scary. Okay. We're starting scary. They could have... Oh, CMP. Okay. CMP is actually not that bad. Uh-oh. One Hydro... the problem is we're going to be taking so much damage from these fast attacks. Like I said, it's a very fast attack damage mon. I guess we're going to survive. One Hydro should be enough. I guess we'll find out here in a second. All right, yeah, it is enough. Okay, GG. This got scary. All right, Scissor here in the lead. Again, this is another fast attack mon. Most of the time, going to be using both the shields. Baiting the Acrobatics. Definitely you need to wait till you get up to the Acrobatics. They will not just shield a random Aerial Ace, but Acrobatics will basically one-shot, so they're going to be looking out for that. I mean, the Aerial Ace almost one-shots. We'll see if they want to shield. I guess if they shield, they can farm down, so we'll probably go for a switch here if they do shield. come in with a Feraligatr. Makes sense as well. Annihilape going to be more hard countered by things in the back than something like Feraligatr. They do go for the Trailblaze. They end up coming in with the Blastoise. Oh, we saw one of these earlier. Opponent's Blastoise is at 1479 is something I just noticed. That's not great. Use what you got, though, but it's tanky anyways. I guess it doesn't really matter that much with the CP. It's down to like 1 HP. Gonna shield the Skull Bash this time, so a little bit different than the last one. Gonna come in with the Mandibuzz. Most Mandibuzzes also running the Air Slash for the fast attack. You don't see too much Snarl nowadays. More trying to take out things like the Grassmon, the Fightingmon. Really, it's like Jumpluff, Annihilape. I don't know. Not a lot of fast attack pressure nowadays. So gonna be trying to get as much as you can when you can. We go for the catch. They actually waited, if you saw there. So even though they have a 1479 Blastoise, this trainer knows what they're doing. That's, I mean, good plays from the opponent. Gonna get fast attack down, and that's GG. Oh, they go for the catch, but an ice punch wasn't gonna KO anyways. All right, Marowak lead. They end up coming in with the Wigglytuff. Not good for our back line, but to be fair, something like an Annihilape is fine with a shield against the Marowak as well. So it's going to be tough here because we can get our attack lowered, and this Aerial Ace not going to be able to KO because the Icy Wind is going to be double super effective. We must end up shielding that. Timing nowadays is everything. We have a 2-turn move versus a 3-turn move, so we're going to go every 1, 4, or 7 of our fast attacks into them. Which is going to be the good timing there. We end up being able to Aerial Ace that. We're going to probably see the third Mon because I kind of doubt that Marowak's going to come back in. Okay, it is Bastion. Ooh. It's weird of them to switch out of that Bastion matchup. This could have been weird for us, I think, if they just actually ended up staying in. But as it probably still would have been fine in the end. Annihilape would be doing a lot of work there. Gonna throw in 4 again, but yeah, it would have been a little bit scarier. They obviously don't know what we have in the back, but yeah, it's gonna be GG here. They would need to get to 2 moves to KO Annihilape, but obviously they're never gonna get there, and he knows it, so he's out. Okay, Regidrago. I guess it's Drago because it's dragon, right? So that kind of makes sense. Gonna shield this, probably. Dragon Charge? Okay, Breaking Swipe. Okay, don't care too much about that. I guess they are slow to get to their moves, but we did go up to 7 or 14 turns there, so they're gonna show Stunfisk here. This matchup's a little awkward, but all their Mon are probably gonna be neutral to Annihilape, or it's gonna be neutral for Annihilape to hit as well. So I actually think it's fine. It just seems like that, right? They actually could even be kind of bad because steals are grouped with dragons sometimes as well. Gonna go for all the shields here. I guess they have a bit of an energy advantage, so I don't know about this. Maybe we're just trying to get all the shields, and then let Annihilape cook, I guess. Super effective here. I know personally I don't have a great Unova Stunfisk, but Unova Stunfisk is pretty good anti-meta. They're going to get to another move here, but it's going to be, I guess it's going to be Mud Bomb. But our next move will KO, even if we just go for the Rage Fist. Going to go for as much energy as possible here. I think we could have gone one more, but they might have been able to catch. Then we would be in a horrific position. Probably they could come back in with Regidrago. They don't have enough energy here. I do think it is going to be a Steel in the back. It's always been a great combination to go Steel Dragon as a combo. Oh yeah, ends up being a Scizor. And we're going to be a little bit ahead of it. So, I mean, they actually could throw a Night Slash there, but would have been close, I guess. All right, Greninja, actually kind of seeing Greninja everywhere as well. They end up coming with the Dusclops. This is a pretty neutral matchup, but it's fine. It's better for the Feraligatr, but they do have a little bit of an energy lead. But we're going to be throwing super effective Shadow Claws. The Hydro Cannons are going to be big damage, even though Dusclops is very tanky. The question is, are we going to try to farm this down with a shield, or are we just going to let it go? Looks like we're going to go for the farm down here. Yeah, gonna farm it down. Gonna have a lot of energy. Hydro Cannon gonna be hitting, even though it is Greninja, which is going to be a water type. It's gonna be very fragile considering it's an attack-weighted Mon, and we are gonna get to 2 here if they let us. They're probably gonna shield this one and maybe go for a farm down, but I don't know. Farm down here would have been crazy, and with 2 shields, their Jumpluff is going to just concede. All right, abrupt ending, I guess, there, but there was 3 sets there. This team obviously did a lot. You have 3 shadows, so you're going to be doing a lot of damage. You're going to be taking a lot of damage, but if you know your typings, seems like a bunch of the Mon are kind of, I mean, I feel like Great League's like, I feel like it has 15 to 20 Mon right now, so not a ton. I mean, that is a lot, but maybe 12 to 15 Mon. But yeah, so you're going to know a lot of the matchups if you just stick with the team. Seems like this one's doing really well. You guys know I'm a lover of Annihilape. Annihilape, just a ton of damage. Even though counter did get nerfed a few seasons ago, still doing a lot. Rage Fist going to boost you. Maybe you're doing just as much, even more damage than the normal counter. So yeah, going to be good there. I don't want to go too long here, but thank you for watching this video. We have a ton of more videos coming out. Again, work slowed down for me here now, so I'm going to try to get back on the train here, give you as many teams as I can that you can use to hopefully hit legend. So I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.